pocket shawl that we are making. Here's the back side of the pocket shawl. Here are the pockets up close. Okay, for this project, I'm just using some medium 4-weight yarn that I found in one of my bins, and I am using a D hook. That's a 3.25 millimeter crochet hook. You will need a pair of scissors, and you will need a darning needle to weave in the ends at the end. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on this project. Okay, so first of all, we are going to chain 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 12 chains. Now we are going to make a double crochet in the second chain from the hook. There's 1, 2. Okay, so there's 1 double crochet. Now 1 double crochet in the next 10 chains. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So you should have a total of 11 double crochets across here. There should be 11 double crochets, and here's what they look like. Okay, so for row 2 through 42, you're going to repeat this next row. Chain 1, turn your work, 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way across. So for rows 2 through 42, you will have 11 double crochets in each row. So we chained 1, now we turned our work. Now 1 double crochet in that first stitch where we made our chain. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Okay, so you're just going to keep repeating that. Chain 1, turn, and work a double crochet. So I will meet you back when you finish row 42. Okay, so I just finished, and I end up adding about 4 more rows to this because this is Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn, and the yarn is a little bit thinner than this big twist that I'd use for this one. But basically, whatever yarn you use, you need it to be at least 22 inches long and somewhere around 3 inches wide. So if you're using a different weight of yarn, that's basically what you need. At least 22 inches long and at least 3 inches wide for this. Okay, so what we're going to do at this point is we're going to cut off the end of our yarn here. We're going to leave a strand of yarn. and we're just going to just pull that through. Now, just take a yarn needle. I'm going to go ahead and use my steel yarn needle. Okay, so what we're going to do is turn this up about 4 rows up, like this right here. This is going to be our pocket. And so you take your strand of yarn and you're just going to slip stitch the sides together to close it up. Just like that. And then just take your needle, yarn needle, and just run the yarn up like that. Well, actually, since the yarn was pretty long, I could have gone all the way around to the other side, but I didn't cut my yarn long enough, so let's go ahead and cut that off. Now let's cut another strand of yarn. And you're going to thread your yarn needle with your yarn, just like that. And what I like to do is I just go to the inside of the top and I just run it through. And then back through to where my needle is on the end. Okay, so just make sure that you're even across, like that. And once again, you're going to do the same thing. You're just going to seam up the sides. There we go. Now there's a little pocket for the dolls. And just take your yarn and weave it in, and then weave it back through. And then cut your yarn off. Now go ahead and get you, well, first of all, make sure that if this is turned up this way, slide it down, and this is going to need to be turned up this way. First of all, you need to take your loose strand of yarn and let's go ahead and weave it in. That was your beginning yarn when you first started off from your chain. Okay, let's go ahead and cut that off. All right, so let's go ahead and cut a strand of yarn. And let's thread the yarn needle. And so what you need to do is, since we're checking it, making sure that we haven't flipped this. So go on the inside and you're going to weave your yarn in here, get it started. There we go, just like that. Okay, so once again, you turn this up 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. So you're going to turn this up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're going to fold it like that. And let's turn it to this side. Turn it around so that you can work with it. Go ahead and seam up the sides. Now I made mine my strand of yarn a little longer so that I can just go through here on the bottom instead of having to cut it off, weave it in, cut some more yarn, cut it off and weave it in. Okay, so we're going to take our yarn needle and we're going to go all the way across the bottom. Just like that. All the way to the other side. There we go. And then just make sure we got it nice and straight here. And so we're going to start from the bottom and then just seam up the sides. Just like that. Okay, now just weave your yarn needle in and back through one more time. Fasten off. And now you have a pocket shawl. Now what you can do is you can add some real pretty buttons right here. That'd be really pretty. You can do that. There's 2 different yarns there. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Go to adoringdollclothes.com. You can find many more patterns, at least 200 patterns, and I don't have just 14-inch and 18-inch doll patterns. I also have wearables for adults. So go check that out. And thank you guys for watching. I hope you appreciate this and have fun with it. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.